Okay, so welcome everyone to this presentation or conversation more than anything about evolution and Archer Travel. So Archer Travel Australia is the host agency in Australia, and they're partnered with, well, the main company is is Archer Travel in the USA, and it's partnered with Evolution Travel, which gives you the home base model. So that's what the Evolution Travel part is. So what we'll cover today. All right. So what we're going to cover today is how to be a travel agent in today's market and enjoy the perks while working remotely from home. We are lucky enough to enjoy lots of travel agent perks, and I'll go through some of them. So this opportunity is right for you for a whole lot of different people. It might be right for you if you're interested in what the travel industry has to offer. A lot of times people have always wanted to travel more or be a travel advisor or a travel agent. You might want to enjoy life more and start traveling and take advantage of the perks of being a travel agent, especially post-COVID. A lot of people sort of, they were locked up for so long and now they just want to get out and travel. So we've seen a huge uptake in the amount of people that are looking for travel agents to help them book. And, there's been lots and lots of waiting lists, I know, for traditional shop-based travel agents for appointments. They 3 or 4 weeks, I've heard, in my local community as well. So you may be tired of not making enough money and you might want to supplement your income. This is a good way that you can do that as well. You may want a business or a side business for yourself. This is definitely a business that you can start off small and build it up. I started it off very, very small when I first started, just doing it really part time, and then prior to COVID, I was doing this full time with my own little office, and it was paying the rent, paying my holidays, paying my bills. So you can definitely build it up to something more than just a side hustle if you wish to. Um, you may want the ability to make money the same day, and we can do that now we've got a couple of wholesale hotel suppliers that we can actually um, book travel for our clients and upsell it same day and actually keep our commission same day. So we can do that now as well. Um, you might be already a travel agent and looking for a better option. We have had many travel agents that have want to go out on their own, want to leave their shopfront agencies and do this for themselves. I was literally on a call just before this one with an agent that has pre-COVID was with another agency and wants to go out on her own. So a lot of travel agents come and join us as well. And you may want to just be able to work from anywhere in the world. We do have an agent one of our agents has been with us for a long time, who spends 6 months of the year on a cruise ship, and because her husband is one of the crew on one of the princess ships, he's one of the officers, and so she lives on the cruise ship and she just does this from her
How
cabin.
unfortunate.
I know, what a life. And then the other 6 months she lives in Italy because that's where he's from, and she's Australian. So they
Super
have the
unfortunate.
Australian house, the Italian house, and
Yeah,
the cruise cabin.
yeah.
So, and
Wow.
she's been doing it for years. So as long as you've got an internet connection and a laptop, you're sweet. Okay, so you can definitely do that. Um, the value of a travel agent, a lot of people, say, do people still use travel agents? Well, absolutely they do. And post COVID, even more than what they did pre COVID, with a lot of the online booking search engines and things like that, where people were booking a lot of stuff themselves. COVID sort of showed them that there was no sort of support system for them if something happened or if things got cancelled. They didn't have phone numbers to ring. They didn't have people they could speak to about helping them to sort out the mess. So a lot more people are using travel agent, even more than what they were using before. So travel agents can save people time because they know where to find the deals. They know what sort of vendors would suit their clients. They know what sort of, they can match the right cruise ship or they can match the right cabin. They can match the right tours. So they have expert advice. We give personalised service. We are full service travel agents. The only difference is between us and a shopfront one is that we work for ourselves and we can do this from our home office or wherever we like, coffee shop, wherever. We get the destination knowledge. We have so much training available to us. We can pick and choose exactly what we want to learn, when we want to learn it, what vendors we want to sell and book to. So we've got access to so much knowledge to learn. We can give our clients peace of mind, obviously, because if their flight gets cancelled, we have the phone numbers to ring the airlines and get it sorted. If their hotel room is double booked, we can get on the line and we can directly speak to whoever we need to get it all sorted out for them. And we save people money. So the time that they would waste trying to research, we can find better deals for them. We can save them money in all sorts of ways. Sometimes we get exclusive deals, travel agent deals that are just for the public, but are only from our agency or something like that. So there's lots of different ways we can save people money as well. And we don't cost extra to go through a travel agent. People seem to think that it costs you more money to go to a travel agent, but in fact it doesn't, because most of the time our commissions are inbuilt into the fares already. So whether or not they're booking themselves or whether they're booking on with a travel agent, most of the time if you're booking yourself, the commission's already built into that and the company just reabsorbs that. So you're not getting charged extra, as some people think you might get charged extra. So Archer Travel Service is the parent company. They do domestic and international travel. They're located in the USA, in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. We also have locations in Sydney and Mexico City, and we are also opening in the UK sometime this year. Not sure exactly when, but the UK is the next one on the list. Archer Travel Service has all the industry accreditations, all the licenses that they need to sell travel in the US and Australia. They've been around for a very long time and they've won multiple awards for their travel services over the years. They are a family-owned business and they've been in business for over 70 years. And the Ron Archer is the current CEO, and he's the son of the man who started Archer Services years ago. So it is a family business. They also have nephews and sons and all that still work in the business day to day. Let's see, next one. Okay, what makes up the travel industry? So most people just think you just sell travel to a family that's going somewhere, but there's so many different travel products and niches that you can get into. You can sell business travel, sports travel, religious travel, wedding travel is huge. Wellness travel is another huge trendy travel at the moment. There's lots of people wanting to go on wellness retreats and all sorts of stuff. Personal travel, but we also have agents that do disability travel. There's also there's some agents that like to specify in just one sort of area, like South Pacific Islands, romantic getaways. Basically the list is endless of whatever niche that you would want to go in there. I personally do a lot of cruises and groups and group cruises, and for me it's sort of evolved because I have done so much cruise training and people see that I am sort of like an expert in that field. So those sort of people gravitate to me, and I do lots of cruises and group cruises, and it's very easy booking, and it's not a hard sell for cruises, that's for sure. Okay, Archer Travel has over 133 vendors to choose from. That's with the American ones as well as the Australian ones. This slide is an American slide, but we do have a lot of these vendors as well. RoomRes, Carnival, we have all the cruise lines, we have Expedia, Tab, so many. There's a huge list, and I haven't got registrations to all of them because I only advise you to register the ones that you're going to actually want to use and to start with, because there's so much information. It's information overload if you try and do too many at once. Our company offers the highest vendor paid commissions in the industry. So all the vendors pay us commissions, and we get 80-20 split with the company. So the 80% goes to the booking agent, and 20% goes to the company, or 10% of that 20% goes to the mentoring agent, and the other 10% goes to the company. So the booking agent actually gets 80% of the commission that's paid out, which is one of the highest rates. I know in Australia, I've done a bit of research on it, and the highest rate other than our one was about 70%, 70-30 split, or a 60-40 split. So we're doing pretty good. A lot of people ask how you can make. Oh, somebody's in the waiting room.
Oh, is that Julie?
Susan, I think. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Hi, Susan. Welcome. I'm just sort of just going through a bit of a presentation, but I'm quite happy to answer some questions at the end too. So
Sure.
yeah, so a lot of people ask about, and I know about cruises because I do a lot of cruises, about how how easy is it to make money doing bookings. So for instance, on Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, 7-day cruise is an average of $3,000 for a double occupancy. So for one cabin on a Royal Caribbean cruise is about $3,000. We're just going to do round numbers just to round it up. They pay 16% commission, which is a pretty good commission. So for a $3,000 cabin, the commission they pay out is $480 a cabin. So that's pretty good commission. And if you're booking a cruise cabin, it might take you maybe half an hour. Okay, it doesn't take you very long to actually do it when you get into the back office, into their portals. But a lot of people actually do cruises in groups. It's so common now that people want to do group cruises. Like I just booked a sporting group cruise. You have church groups that do cruises. You have clubs. And multi-generational families. It doesn't take long to get 16 cabins or 8 cabins or whatever it is, but 16 cabins is not an average of a group cruise. So if you times the 480 by 16, the gross commission that gets paid out is $7,680 from Royal Caribbean. And so as a booking agent, you would actually get 80% of that, which is $6,144, which is quite a decent commission. So, if you worked on a group cruise once a month or once every 2 months or 3 months, it's quite a good whack of commission. Plus, you get one free cabin for each 16 cabins that you sell. So if you sold 16 cabins, you actually get a free cabin for yourself to use. So you can actually go on that cruise for free. If you didn't want to use that cabin, maybe you can't take time off, or you've got something else booked, you can actually get that value given to you as extra commission. So it'd be an extra $3,000 commission for you. So it's an easy way to make a lot more income with group cruises and groups in general, but group cruises are very, very easy. So that's just one example. Okay, we also have Evo Plus and Rewards. Well, Evo Rewards is US, but Evo Plus we do have access to. That's a new program that's found in our dashboards, and it's an add-on. It's an incentive to your membership. It is automatically included. You don't have to pay extra for it, and it gives you the ability to earn money right now with wholesale rates. So it's a wholesale rate on hotels. It's a booking system that's built into your back office, and it's exclusive to just Evo and Archer agents. That's just for us. They actually built the site for us, and I'll show you what it means. So it means we have wholesale rates that we can use for ourselves, or we can upsell for a client. So there's an example here, just moving it to the one side. So the example they've got here is the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas, and they've pulled up Expedia, which is the public site. So if somebody was going to look this up on Expedia on the public site, for a room for 5 nights, I'm trying to see which room it is. I know it's the same room, but a luxury suite. Okay, so on Expedia Tap, it's $419 a night. So it comes to 2,096, and then with the taxes and fees and the resort fee that they charge over there in the US, the total is 2,632. So that's what it would show up on the public site. In our Evo Plus site, we have wholesale rates, and they differ all the time. You go through and you see they're sort of regularly updated. And on our Evo Plus site, the wholesale rate is $180 a night. So for 5 nights for the same room would be $1,020. So if you decided to upsell that to your client, you could actually use that and book that rate for yourself if you wanted to go, and you'd only pay $1,000. If you wanted to upsell that to your client, you might want to sell it to them for $16.98, and so the client saves $678, and your profit is $678, and you actually get that as instant commission because you're just upselling it. And there's videos on how to actually invoice them and take payments for that, so you would actually get that commission then and there, and you wouldn't have to worry about waiting for the vendor to pay out that commission. So this new Evo Plus platform allows you to make instant money when you're making just hotel bookings. So that's a really big benefit. We didn't have that one before. Also, we get some amazing travel agent perks and rewards. If you want to travel for cheap and free, there's a few ways we can do that. You can get a complimentary cruise if you do the training in the Princess Cruise back office. In the US, Carnival also offer it, but they don't offer that here for Australia. But in Princess, they have their Princess Academy. And if you do all their training and finish and complete the Commodore level, they actually reward every agent with a complimentary cruise. So you get to choose the cruise. They release a whole batch of them every couple of months, and you can go on and you can choose one, and you just pay the port fees and taxes, which is usually only $100 or $2, depending on where the cruise is. So you get a free cruise for you and a plus one, so you get a cabin. And you can choose all sorts of things. They've had Japanese ones. They've had I did like a domestic Melbourne to Adelaide one for 5 days. But they've had Mediterranean ones, Tasmanian ones, all sorts of ones. So if you find that there's not one that you like in the list when it first comes out, you can hold on to your cruise, and then when something comes out that you do want to take, then you can choose that. So you're not sort of given this is the cruise you're going on. You get to actually choose what you want to go on. So that's a fabulous incentive. You can also earn rewards, points towards travel and rewards. So I think Royal Caribbean do points, but also RoomRes, which is hotels. They also are a little bit like Evo Plus, where they're hotel wholesalers. They give you a wholesale rate and an Archer Travel rate. And the Archer Travel rate is also a little bit less than the public rate, so we get better deals. But anything you book through there, you also accrue points as well as commissions. And so those points you can actually use to on your own travel, or you can put it towards a discount on somebody else's travel. But you can accrue them, and you can use them against your own hotel bookings and stuff in their site. So that's always good too. And also Omniche is another one. They do points for rewards and things. You can earn cash and merchandise. Some of those. I'm not sure about cash so much in Australia. That's probably in the US, but merchandise you can definitely come away with different merch from different vendors, especially when you go on ship tours and things like that. Fam trips, you do have the ability to go on fam trips, which are familiarization trips. Travel agents can get first-hand experience of what they're actually selling. So some of the vendors will actually, pick a couple of agents to go and experience their resorts or their facilities, and take tours. And you're encouraged to take lots of photos and promote their offerings. So they'll send a group of agents to do that in different locations. Usually, if you sell sell a lot of product on a particular vendor. So maybe you're selling a lot of Club Med or you're selling a lot of Trafalgar, then they reward agents that sell their stuff with good deals and sometimes fam trips as well. Also, another thing that's not on here is we get to go on ship inspections. I do a lot of cruise ship inspections, and if you're registered with the cruise ships, you'll get invitations in email, or you might find them released in your travel agent portal, in their vendor portal, when they are holding ship inspections, and you can register for them, and then you can go and visit a ship for a day when they're into port. And what's involved is that you go, it's usually about 4 hours, you go about 10 o'clock, you sign in through security, they take you on an amazing tour around their ship, they show you all their facilities, you get to see some of the different cabins, usually, like an inside cabin, a balcony cabin, and then you might get to see like one of their amazing suites. You get to take photos, they show you the gym and the spa and all the cool things on the ship. And then they take you to their main dining room and you get a beautiful 3-course meal, or sometimes 5-course. I had a 5-course one on the Oceania the other day. And with wine and soft drink and everything you like, and you sort of talk with the other travel agents, they get to know who you are, and you get to enjoy these beautiful meals. And then they take you off the ship, so you've had your 4-hour trip. Sometimes they have a presentation if they've got wave season or a new incentive. They'll have a presentation there while you're on. But it's a really good day, and all the agents love going on ship inspections because it's a lovely tour, and you get a beautiful meal, and it does not cost you anything. It's just your time, because they want you to learn about their ships and about their products and promote them to your clients. So that's a really good thing to do as well. So as a bit of a recap, what you get when you register is you basically get your full travel agency. You get a website with maintenance and updates. They give you a generic website that you can use. Some agents use them, some agents don't, but that's totally up to you. You get travel agent certification. So when you do training with any of the vendors, they will give you certificates once you finish their trainings and their modules. So for Commodore, you'll get a Commodore cruise certification. You'll also be able to they give you email signatures and logos and stuff when you're accredited with different vendors, that you can actually put in your email signatures as well, which is really good. You get the access to all the vendors and all the suppliers. You also get access to all the vendors and suppliers training, which does not cost anything. Everything is supplied. You can earn your IATN card. Once you earn over $5,000 in commission, you can earn that. That was something that they've done in the US for a long time, and they've now just said that we can actually earn that in Australia too. So that's good, and that's supposed to give you extra discounts and benefits. So if you go traveling somewhere and you show your IATN card at check-in, they might give you an upgrade, or they might give you something extra when you're booking in. You get travel booking training, you get marketing training, you get access to the fam trips and the perks. There is lots of live small group coaching. We have in the Facebook page, there's a Australian Agent Facebook page that we have, and there's lots of live training with the vendors, and you can actually speak to the BDMs, which are the business development managers, and ask questions as they're doing their training, so you can actually speak to them. You get live one-on-one coaching. There is an optional referral program. If you want to bring others into the program, you can do that. It's not a requirement, and it is very optional, and it is not it's not expected from anybody, but some people like to do that. And you get full support from the head office, from the Australian Agents Facebook page. All the agents there like to connect and support each other, plus your the agents that bring you in and train you and mentor you as well. So there's lots and lots of support as well there. Now this is in US. This is a US slide. The enrollment fee is $89.99 US. the registration fee is always normally $2.99, but they've waived that so that the registration fee is just the $89.99, and that's what it is every month, which works out to be about 135 Australian dollars with the conversion. So that's all you pay every month. You don't pay it 6 months in advance or 12 months up front or anything like that. You just pay on registration 1 month and you pay it month to month. So it's very, very easy. You're not locked into any contract. It's very easy to cancel your membership if you decide down the track that it's not for you. It's just simply pressing a cancel button in your back office. There's no penalties for cancelling either, so it's you're not locked in for a huge stint if you don't want to be. And they like to call it the Join the We movement, people over profit. So it really is a lovely company to be part of, and I've been part of them since 2017. So June 2017 I joined, and I've been with them ever since. And I really love it. So do any of you have any questions? I know Susan came in a little late. She might have a couple of questions, but
Yeah, I used to be in the travel industry years ago, but not in
right.
the capacity of a travel agent. So I
Yep.
know a lot about IATA and all of that.
Yes.
But so what is the name of the company?
Archer Travel Australia is the Australian host agency. And
Archer.
they're Archer Travel Australia, is the Australian host agency. They're part of Archer Services in the US, is the parent company, and they're partnered with Evolution Travel for about the last 8 years, which is the home-based side, which allows us to have the home-based model where we can work from home.
Mm-hmm. Do they still do for meals these days?
They do. They do. I went to a travel agent training with Omniche a couple of months back, and they're a wholesale South Pacific vendor in Brisbane, and they were actually giving away a space on a Samoan famil at that training to one of the agents, and they're actually announcing 3 more spaces, I think, this month. For they're sending 4 agents on a famil to Samoa, but they do, yes. They do still
Okay.
send people on famils.
So once you join and you go into the back office and you do all this training,
Yep.
do they expect you to sell X amount?
No, there's no sales targets. We are truly independent contractors, so it's our own business. We don't have to punch a time clock. We don't have to submit sales figures. It generally is our own business, and we can work it however we want. Because some people do this very, very part-time, just a couple of hours a week, and just and some people join just for the travel perks and to book for their family and friends. So and then you have others that come in and build it up from part-time to a full-time business. So everybody joins for different reasons, but a lot of people do it for a part-time business to supplement the income. But you can definitely build it up to a full-time gig if you want to. There's quite a few that do this full-time.
And so what about you? What sort of hours are you doing?
For me, I do this part-time because I have another business as well. So before COVID, I actually had this full-time. This was all I was doing. But since when COVID hit, I started a balloon and event business to pay the rent, and that took off over COVID. So now I split my time between that and this and training agents.
And so what about things like when people want to go to Disneyland? Are
Yep.
there any deals happening for that?
You can
As a travel agent?
You can, if for yourself, yes, you can do the Disney agents training, and once you complete that training, you can actually get, I think you can get park tickets, you can get discounts on accommodation. They've got a list that you qualify for as you go through the training. So yeah, and I'm actually doing some of that now because I'm planning on going to Disneyland in May. Because I'm going to the US in Indiana in the end of April. So once I finished what I'm doing there, we're flying to Orlando and going to Disneyland. So I'm actually doing my training so I can get my free ticket.
Oh, what a shame. We've already done all the Disneyland. We went on a $20,000 Royal Caribbean cruise in December. Like
Oh, wow.
we do a lot of traveling
Yes.
anyway. But I mean, I'm from a huge family,
Yeah.
so we move en masse.
Yes. Well,
So
you could definitely, group cruises would be able to do, if you're doing a lot of cabins, you would definitely get a huge benefit from that. Like Royal Caribbean pay 16% commission. I think Virgin pay 18. Some of them, most of them pay 10 to 15 sort of percent commission, like the cruise lines. But you know, you can, if you do over 16 cabins, you get a cabin for free. So, you know, you can definitely save on your own travel.
Yeah.
And travel agent rates, like if you do the training with any of the vendors, they then offer you travel agent rates. And some of them could be, you know, only 10 or 20%, but some of them it can be up to 40, 50%, depending on, you know, when it is you want to travel and what it is you want to do. So there's a lot of benefits, like travel benefits for yourself.
And with this, in my day, it used to just be called IATA, not IATAN,
Yeah.
to get the ID to show when you go to a hotel, to get the the upgrades and all the rest
Yep.
of it. What about like some of the 5-star hotels, like the Hyatts and all of that? Is there training on those places? I mean, I
Yeah,
used to work for Hyatt
yeah, you
years ago
can.
as
You can
well.
actually sign up for their trainings, their travel agent programs and things, and they will give you discounts once you've completed their trainings.
And
They
what's
give you
involved in these trainings?
most of the time they're just watching videos and answering some questions, or just watching like just they're usually modules. They're all different. I know with the cruise lines, most of them are modules. You watch a video, you answer a couple of questions, and you go on to the next module, sort of thing. So
Yeah,
there's not it's not hard. It's just time
yeah.
consuming. Some of them are much more involved than others. Some are very,
Hmm.
very easy and quick. Some are a lot more, like Disney training is very involved and it takes a long time. Um, Princess Cruises is fairly involved, but it's not as time consuming as Disney. And you get your free cruise once you do your princess training. So
Yeah.
that's a really good one. But yeah, so I mean, and then P&O, their training is very, very easy and it's done in an hour or two. So, um, you know, and once you do that, then you get, you know, your benefits, your travel agent benefits.
Okay. So are you selling mainly cruises?
At the moment, I'm selling mainly cruises. That's what my niche. I didn't start off that way before COVID. I was selling everything, but mainly like just family holidays and group like group hotels for sporting events and stuff. With our local hockey club, I did a lot of bulk hotel bookings and things like that for representative teams and things. But now, since COVID, cruising is 95% of the inquiries that I get. So I'm doing cruises and group cruises.
And where are you advertising?
I don't advertise a lot. I have a lot of people that send me referrals, but I do. The only thing I do is I have a Facebook group on a cruise group on Facebook that I share a few things in and some, you know, some deals and stuff like that. And I, on my personal page on Facebook, I just put stuff up when I'm doing travel agent stuff, just pictures of me on ship inspections and just doing travel agent things. I don't really post a lot of anything much other than that and my balloons and stuff in my personal page. But whenever I'm off doing something that's to do with travel and I'm taking photos of me somewhere, that's when I get hit up with heaps of messages.
Okay, so what about these sporting events? So, like for example, the Australian Open.
Yep.
You probably all bookings probably have to go through them. Like I'm just thinking, like the Grand Prix in the past, you couldn't make any bookings direct with hotels, or it all had to go through like the Grand Prix office. Is that the
Right.
same with Australian Open
I've never
and these
booked
sporting
Australian Open,
events?
but the only like I've never booked the Australian Open, so I'm probably not the one to talk about that. I can find out. I know there is a vendor that you can book sporting events through, but I'm not sure which one that is off the top of my head. We can book like with the cruises, you got the Australian Open cruises and stuff, and that can all be done through there. But if you're not doing it on a cruise, I'm sure there is a way. I haven't signed up to any vendor that does that because that's not sort of what I've been asked for, if you know what I mean. But I can find that
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
I mean, as I said, I play tennis and I play pickleball, which is a new sport
Yep, yep.
that's now in Australia. And there's like thousands of people just going on tours. Like there's a
Yeah.
whole
Well, there would be
shitload
a
of them
way.
in Tasmania at the moment,
Yeah, yeah. You,
at a pickleball competition, and they're
yeah.
everywhere. It's just
Well, there's a
taking,
niche that you could definitely, go into because there's not a lot of people actually servicing that. So there would be a way to be able to do that. I can find that out for you, and then you
and
could
so what about
join
the
meetings.
airlines? Because I remember in the days airlines weren't really giving you any commission.
We don't get
They
commission off
just
the airlines now. They've really squeezed out travel agents, especially since COVID. So the only way we make anything from an airline is by not even from the airline, from the client is adding a booking fee. That's pretty much standard these days. You just add a booking fee, and we just book directly with the airline public site and add a booking fee.
yeah, okay. Interesting. So it's really just the hotel accommodation that you can really get a commission. What do they give?
No,
How much is the hotel accommodation
it
these days?
depends
I'm
on
just thinking,
the hotel.
like
Yeah.
if people, they want to fly all around Australia. Okay, there's no commission really on the airfare
Not
because
on
let's
airport
be
fare,
real,
no.
because
Yeah.
people are just going to book their own. I mean, which is
Yeah,
fine.
and if I just get somebody that wants just an airfare, I tell them just to book it themselves because
Yeah,
it's not worth our time to do it. They can go on Webjet or whatever, or
yeah. And
But
so then I'm thinking you only get the commission from the hotel then. Is
um,
all hotels giving you a commission or they don't pay these days either?
yeah, hotels do. Yeah, yeah, hotels do, and it just depends on where you book through. If you book through Expedia Tap, their commissions vary depending on what tier they have. They have everything from basic tier up to premium, and their commissions vary. But Evo, not Evo, RoomRes, we have a wholesale rate, and they also have an Archer Travel rate, which is a little bit less than what the public rate would be. But you can see your commission, and you can upsell it. You can see it straight away, and you can actually get that commission straight away. You're not waiting for the vendor to pay you out, so you can
Yeah.
you can adjust your commission to what you want it to be on that.
Yeah.
But we also, we sell, we have Bunnik Tours, we have Kentucky, we have Cost Saver and Trafalgar, we have Scenic, we have
Yeah.
we have lots of things, not just hotels. We do packages, accommodation, we do attractions, tours, you name it. We can, and we also have travel insurance now. We can offer cover more as well. So we sell everything a traditional travel agent can sell in a shop. We can sell the same things.
Have you ever done a Zoom showing your back office so we can see what your back office looks like?
Yes, but we're not really allowed to do that until somebody's registered because of property or whatever. So yeah.
Just I'd be interested to see what the back end looks like. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
not really, well, see, if you're thinking like as a booking engine, it's basically we book directly with the vendors. So we get we get logins to the vendors' travel agent portals. So they're all different, if you know what I mean. So WLCL you'll have Princess Cruises, Cunard, and P&O. Seabourn all in there. So you have their log in to their travel agent portal, and we book directly in that portal.
Right. Okay.
So each one will have their own. So Carnival have their own. It's Go CCL. Royal Caribbean and Celebrity are under Cruising Power. So they all have their own travel agent portals that you have logins to access and book directly with them.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think that's all my questions.
No worries. No worries. How about you, Althea? You got any questions?
I think actually Susan asked a lot of. I thought this is really good. Somebody else has asked some questions. No, not really. I do, but like I said, through Susan's questioning, I've probably answered a lot of mine.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I've actually got more questions, but I'm sort of like half asleep because
that's okay.
I played 4 hours of pickleball today, so
oh wow,
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah,
But
I've seen that that's very, very popular now. Like that's
it's
coming
so
out.
good.
It
So
looks
good. I
interesting.
belong to about 5 clubs. Anyway, that's
Wow.
another story. Yeah. And I suppose because I worked in the travel, like I worked at both Hyatt hotels years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and also I worked for a corporate travel agency. So I'm pretty familiar with
Yep.
how a travel agent actually works, but I just wasn't
Yeah.
sure about the independent side of things
Yeah. Yeah.
and what have you.
Well, I mean, I personally like it because I have the freedom. I don't have anybody breathing down my neck. Nobody's sort of saying, how much are you working this week and or anything like that. And we all sort of, it is all our own sort of businesses. So, I mean, I don't know what other agents are selling. I don't know what their
Yeah.
hours are that
Yeah.
they're putting in and stuff like that. So it's all very individual.
Yeah. Look, I'm totally unemployable. I had my own business for 26 years. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
totally
worked.
unemployable.
Yeah, I've worked for myself for years and years and years, and I would
Yeah.
not go back to an employer. I just could not do it.
No. I'll
So
be fired
even
within the first hour.
yeah, probably me too. So I mean, I've had my own businesses for the last probably 15, 20 years. So I could not.
Yeah.
And before I started this, I actually had my own first aid company. And
Yeah.
then I sort of was trying to wind that down, but I was looking for something else. And then I found this, and I really sunk my teeth into it and got stuck into it, and I really loved it. So, and I had no experience whatsoever when I
Yes.
started. So
So are you doing mainly for family and friends, or now it's sort of expanded to
I never ever
referrals?
hit up my family and friends, even when I started. I always started with just random people that started messaging me, and then but now a lot of family and friends come to me. Not all of them, obviously, because a lot of them like to book their own
Yeah.
stuff, which is fine, and
Yeah.
I don't mind that. But I started getting a lot of clients from my kids play field hockey.
Yeah.
And we've been involved in that community for probably 12, 13 years now. And I'm secretary of our hockey club for the last 7 or 8. So people that know what I do, they see me at the hockey fields and they're like, "Oh, I want to go on this," or "Can you get me a price on this?" And so it sort of spreads, and then somebody will message me and say, "Oh, such and such at the hockey fields gave me your number and said you're a travel agent." So I get a lot of people that know who I am and what I do, and that, a lot of referrals. So I
Yeah.
do not advertise a lot. And like I said, I only do this part time. And if I find it's particularly slow and I want lots of bookings, then I'll start posting some stuff, and then I'll get inundated. So I really don't post a lot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So what comes in for me at the moment is good because I train others. I have the other business, the balloons and events as well. Um, so and I've got 4 kids. They all play hockey, so I've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
and I like the flexibility of being able to do more in it when I feel like it, and do less when I need to. So
So if someone wanted an itinerary, can you get help with that?
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
with help with booking like an itinerary? Like at the moment, I'm following the Royal Caribbean World cruise. You know,
Okay, yep,
the 9 month on the Serenade of the Seas, and they've just
lovely.
had to change. They've just had to change their itinerary because
Yep,
they can't go up through the Red Sea.
yep, yep,
Um, and I'm just finding the itinerary quite fascinating,
yep,
where they've actually now going, around Africa instead of going the other way.
yep.
But if you're not really knowledgeable on some of those areas, is
Yeah.
there help somewhere?
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of like the tour companies too, if you're not doing cruises, for instance, and a lot of the tour companies, they have lots of ready-made itineraries as well. For that you can sort of utilize, or you can actually ask them and they can actually put an itinerary together. Even Omniche, which is the South Pacific wholesaler, I had a client that wanted um something specific, and I messaged them, I emailed them and said, "Look, I've got a client. There's 2 adults, 2 adult kids. They want 2 weeks. They want this, and this, plus all the transfers and hotel, flights and everything. What can you do?" And they, 3 days later, they came back with this full itinerary, all beautifully done for me, and all I had to do was click send and send it to my client. So
Oh, cool.
they were really, really good. Omniche are fabulous to deal with. So that if you want one for like South Pacific, but you have vendors all over the place that will bend
Yeah.
over backwards to help you to get bookings.
And so how many independent travel agents are there in this group, this company, in Archer?
In Australia, there's about 130 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We used to, before COVID, we had about 300.
Right.
So we're sort of rebuilding our numbers now that COVID's sort of still there, but it's not as impactful, I suppose, letting us get on with our lives. So, yeah.
And did you say you use Covermore Insurance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We
And
are.
so there's obviously a commission there.
Yes. Yes. We've recently got Covermore Insurance, so we can actually register with them, do the training and everything, make sure that we can do all their what's expected, and then you can offer that to your clients and get a commission. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
And so what's the process of signing up and all of that?
So all you do is you ask whoever sent you to the video to send you a registration link, and that's all there is. And you fill out the registration link with your details, and you pay your first month, and then you get an email, a welcome email with your login for your back office. Then you do the initial. It's like a travel training program, which is a very, very basic introduction. And it takes maybe an hour. It's watching 8 videos, short videos, and just answering a couple of questions. And then once you've done that, you can then register for any of the vendors that you want to offer and learn about. And once you get your login details to those, you can then log into their agent portals, and you can do their vendor trainings, and you'll have access to marketing and social media tiles. They'll send you emails and deals and all sorts of stuff. But there's also a dedicated Facebook group for the Australian agents, where we can connect with the other agents. We can ask questions, share information. We can also access, they have live training with some of the vendors every fortnight, and you can jump on that and speak to the BDMs as they're doing their training, ask questions, and sort of interact then. But they're also recorded so that you can go back and watch it at another time if you miss it, or if you want to go watch it again. They're also saved, so you can do that as well.